It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
Well, welcome everyone to the Mayor's Report. I'm back here in Pottsville in the Mayor's office. Mayor Dave Clews, a lot of great information. You know, it's interesting, you pay taxes, okay? You know, that ugly word tax, but anyway, we pay taxes. And county tax, school tax, and city tax. And sometimes we just pay it, you know, and we want to know, where is this money going? We want to know what the county's doing, we want to know what the school district's doing, we want to know what the city's doing. In the city of Pottsville, we try to keep you informed, thanks to Dave Clews, who is the mayor, giving you a report on what's happening and all the activities, so you see you're getting your money's worth, okay? Putting shows like this together, I want to thank a lot of people. You know, we're local. We advertise as your neighborhood local television programming, which we are. No one in the country I know of does what we do in terms of bringing local neighborhood news to you. People like 12-Volt Dave, Dradis and Sons, Bob Weaver, Chevrolet, Explore Schuylkill, Vito's Coal Fire and Restaurant, Attorney Bill Burke, who was running for judge, Attorney Christine Holman, Jerry Enders, Northeast Sales and the Classic Car Museum, Pottsville Eye Specialist, Dr. Bucci, Dr. Shay Denoya who was an audiologist. These are some of the people that support this show and support bringing this information to you. And we really appreciate that. You know, we're on Comcast 190, 7 to 11 every day. And also on Service Electric Cablevision 24/7, Channel 13 and 513. Well, how was your summer so far?
Can't complain. Nice. Keeping busy.
Did you get the pool show was great. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, that was wonderful. And I'll tell you, you know, we wrapped it up with a doggy pool party. People came out and
what's a doggy pool?
Well, they brought their dogs out instead of people being in the pool. We had a whole.
You're kidding me?
Oh no! The last day,
I could have brought my little Gucci Fabio.
Absolutely, they were in the baby pool and the big pool.
Dogs.
Wow. Dogs.
Well,
it was great. I said to our city administrator, Mr. Palomar, afterwards, I said, hey, you know, we could save some money next year. Let's just open to the dogs. we don't need lifeguards, and they all seem to play nice together. Yeah. So yeah.
It was nice meeting some of the people there. But you know, the funny thing was, you know, it was a little overcast, but it was still, and there was a lot of people there in the morning. They had these morning drills, so the pool did the pool do very good.
Pool had a good year. You know, it was hot and humid a lot of days, so attendance was up. Because of all the work they did this year prepping, we used less chemicals, and that's a big part of operating the pool is, you know, keeping it safe and sanitary and nice and clear. And this year, those numbers were down and our attendance was up.
Meanwhile, Pottsville Car Show. I hope next year we could call it the Pottsville Car Cruise, and we could go around, etc. We're working on that.
It would be nice. We're trying to work on a plan that you know, would bring it back. Probably not to the magnitude that it was, but
but just at least drive around and show.
Get around some, sure.
Talk about the car show.
Well, it was a great day. It was a little overcast early. We think our car count might have been down a little bit. Especially, you know, well, most of the weather that day was north of us. Everything north of 81 had, you know, threat of rain, and car guys don't come out in that. So we think we were down a little bit in car count. But we had Tom Wopak here from the Dukes of Hazzard, one of the original Luke Duke. He drew quite a crowd. He had a lineup going all day long for autographs and stuff. So that was a great addition and brought a whole lot of people out.
Not only that, it's a great day, but the money you raise, and we had a show on that indicating where this money goes. Here again, did you have a final number of what you guys?
I haven't heard the final number yet. I'm hoping that again we exceeded about 10 grand for the day between, you know, all the corporate sponsors and the cars that were there. It's always been very productive, and I think it was this year too.
It's amazing how this car cruise reaches out throughout, you know, the state of Pennsylvania. My wife and I were, I forget where we were out of town doing something, and this I'm trying to think. I'm starting to get like you. I'm forgetting. Anyway, this gentleman came up to me. He says, "You don't remember me, do you, Sam?" I says, "No, I don't remember you." He says, "That Pottsville car cruise. We enjoyed that Pottsville car cruise. You know, we wish you would come back." And we had Philadelphia. That's why I had my dog down to Penn Vet for his yearly checkup. And in Philadelphia, guys coming out of the Penn Vet and says, yeah, Pottsville Cruise, etc. And they were telling me how great it was going through the things. They remember me and Jerry in the car and the taping and stuff like that. So he had asked me if it's still going on. I said, well, you do the car show now, And he said, boy, that cruise was fantastic, I guess once you get all the, if you could get PennDOT and I guess all this.
Yeah, PennDOT and just by their requirements, the number of fire, police, and police we need. It's tough for anything today with volunteers. It's when we started the Great Pottsville Cruise with the Lions Club, there was 30, 40 members of Lions Club there. Now we're talking about a committee of 6 to 10 of us, and maybe 20 with all the firemen that day. So it's hard to put those things together.
Well, and I'll tell you, my friends, they raised millions of dollars throughout the years with that car cruise to help a lot of people in this area. And we just recently did a show with Jerry Enders and a gentleman from the Lions Club, and he explained all the stuff that it went to. It was just great. Okay. The activities in the city of Hazleton and the city of Pottsville. We're looking at train excursions.
Yeah,
how are we doing there?
We've been doing really great. The Reading Railroad have been running train excursions up from Reading. Each one has grown in numbers, and they were thrilled. The last time we were up, we had an outdoor market at Union Station, like 50 or 60 vendors. They came into town. I think there was 80 some on that train. I was there to greet them, welcome them to my hometown here. Tell them to look around and look around and have a good time.
Who's this joker here?
Well, yeah. I always get the, are you really the mayor?
Yeah. You're just kidding, right?
So with the vendors there.
How long is that trip?
From Reading up to probably takes about 45 minutes by train.
Is it like a tour?
They come up early in the...
Do they say, now you're passing Tamaqua, blah, 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 and you're passing SSP TV televisions? Do they say
we do
that?
have people on board to try and, give them some history and location, inform them what they can expect for the day when they get here. They're dropped off 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then they're here till 4. They all have... we give them actually wristbands, colored wristbands, and they tour Yuengling Brewery. They break them down into different groups because
Jerry's Museum.
They go to Jerry's Museum. The 4 places that we key on is, of course, Yuengling Brewery, Jerry's Classic Car Museum, the Schuylkill County Historical Society, and then the Yuengling Mansion farther out on Montunga Street.
Yeah.
And then when they're downtown, we point out all the local restaurants they can go to. And
what kind of trains are there? I mean, is it
they've run a little of everything. They've ran what we used to refer to them, I think, and they still do, as the old Bud cars, where they were kind of self-driven passengers. Units, and then sometimes they come with passenger cars behind a diesel locomotive.
My good friend Father Brosk, who's here, he's a train man. You worked with the trains, right, Father? Yeah. Do you ever see these trains that he's talking about? Absolutely. Yeah. They're fascinating, aren't they?
Oh.
Yeah.
And there's always probably 10 or 12 train guys on there. That enjoy the ride back and forth.
Yeah.
Always like that they've got maybe something different to ride and come up in. They're a different breed, and there's nothing there's a complete difference between going from Reading to Pottsville on Route 61 and doing it on the tracks. It's beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful scenery.
First,
back there.
Have you ever rode in the super trains in Europe?
No, I can't.
Have you, Stephen? Well, we took a super train from. Is it called? They call super trains, or what do they call it?
In France, it's TGE.
TGE.
TGV.
TGV. Well, we took and went from Bordeaux to Paris. My wife and I, we were there after we visited Lourdes, and boy, I'll tell you, it was fascinating. I mean, that train's really going. It's going. I'm talking to Mayor Dave Clews. Give me an update of what's happening in the city of Pottsville. Not only that, the car cruise affects everyone. A lot more happening with the outdoor markets. We have talk about the Lions 100 years and what's happening in Pottsville right after these messages. Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. Once again, thank you for making the Sam Lesante Show the #1 talk show in northeastern Pennsylvania. That's from the scientific poll we did with Susquehanna Polling and Research, and we appreciate that very much. Comcast 190. We're on every day, 7 to 11. Service Electric Cablevision, channel 13 and 513, the HD channel, 24/7, and of course in the Mountaintop, Wilkes-Barre, Kingston area, channel 92, every Saturday and Sunday evening from 7 to 11. We're here at Mayor Clews' office in Pottsville, and we're talking about the mayor's report. Once again, people who have supported this show, I want to thank 12-Volt Dave, Drazdis and Sons, Bob Weaver, Chevrolet. Bob has been great to us. Explore Schuylkill, Vito's Coal Fire, Pizza and Restaurant, Attorney Bill Burke, who was running for judge, Attorney Christine Holman, Jerry Enders from Northeast Cars and the Classic Car Museum, Pottsville Eye Specialist with Dr. Diem and Dr. Kislin and all the group there, Dr. Bucci, and Dr. Shea Denoya from who was an audiologist. All right, now with that being said, we have some outdoor markets going on, and we have what they call such a thing called Oktoberfest.
Yes.
So what's going on there?
Well, the outdoor markets are different craft vendors, and we've got some farmers come in and bring produce. We have one farmer that also he butchers and brings in beef and pork and things of that nature. It's called Honeybrook Farms. They're down in the Auburn area.
Where do they have the outdoor market?
Well, we do them at two places. We do them down at Union Station, and right up here at Alvernia at the new college here, on their parking lot. So we kind of rotate back and forth. We go down to Union Station if we know there's a train coming in.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great. Yeah.
The vendors like it. The train people are
what
excited
do they have there,
to see it.
Dave?
Well, from all kinds of crafts to, like I said, food. There's some great artists there. Some wonderful photographers have some work out. And, most of the things you would find in an outdoor farmer's market. Then we have, produce and...
When do they have them? What are these dates?
The next one, I believe, is the 23rd, I think, is what I've seen. And that'll be here at Alvernia. The next one is here.
September.
Right.
And then if you have them, do they continue every week or?
They do them. They've been doing them about twice a month.
Okay.
If
the viewers would like to know where the other one is.
Pottsville Business Association's Facebook page always has the dates up for the markets, and they also always invite vendors if somebody wants to become one of them. They can get in touch and.
So it's the Pottsville Business Association.
Pottsville Business Association.
Drazdis is Joe Drazdis.
Joe Drazdis is the president. A young man by the name of Jonathan Morrison has been the guy who's been organizing, putting these markets together. He's been doing a terrific job. It's nice to see some young blood. He's in his, I think, late 30s, early 40s. So nice to see somebody out of that generation taking an interest in, doing something good for his community. Oktoberfest.
When's
the 16th. That's this.
Is that in the month of October?
No, it's in September actually. And a lot of people say, "Why do you call it Oktoberfest in September?"
I'm just kidding. Oh, it isn't in September.
It is in September. It's the 16th. It's this coming weekend. Actually, in Germany, they start Oktoberfest in September.
Well, those Germans will go all year.
Well, that's true. But so with all the things that are happening in October and down with Halloween and stuff, you're always trying to find a date that you're not conflicting, not only with Pottsville events, with our other adjoining communities. We try and take a look and go, well, on this day, Orgsburg's having Heritage Day, or Schuylkill Haven's having their Little Town That Could Day. So when you're trying to do that, sometimes it might be Oktoberfest, and it's in September.
So how long does it last?
Starts at noon. It's a one-day event. Runs to about 5 or 6.
Oh boy.
Yeah, just long enough.
September 16th.
Yep.
That means, my friend, we're running this on the 15th. So if you're listening to this show next week,
get out quick.
it's gone. Okay, go to the refrigerator and get a beer out. Well, that's I really thought it was in October.
No, most people do. It's just where it happened to be able to fit in this year.
Yeah, boy, you get a nice crowd for that too.
Yes, we do. Well, last year we got rained on. It was pretty pretty discouraging. But the vendors all are coming back this year. We get a great Oompa band out of Philadelphia comes up, and they do top 40 music with a German spin to it. It's kind of interesting and a good time. This year they're having a polka dance contest, holding a big mug of beer, beer stein contest, a yodeling contest. Jerry Ender's got an outside edge on that one, I hear.
So what do you do? What do you?
I'm usually there. I'll be there most of the day because from that I got to run off to the 100-year celebration with the Lions Club.
That's right. Yeah.
But I've worked the beer stand in the past with them for a while. Usually do the mayor things,
Yeah. Speaking of the 100-year anniversary, my friends, we did an interview with Jerry Enders and one of the treasurer of the Lions Club. You may want to go to our website under shows, Sam Lesante shows, and watch that show, and you'll learn a lot about what the Lions did. And you're going to be there. I saw you signing some certificates.
Yeah, we actually, the city realizes, how much the Pottsville Lions has done for a whole lot of agencies and organizations in the city. So we actually did certificates up for each and every Lions Club member. And I'll be there to present those along with the proclamation from the city to recognize their 100 years. So nice.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been a Lion. I was a Lion for many, many years, and that time they still are. They do a lot for the Blind Association,
right?
Which I'm very happy to say that my daughter-in-law, Lori Lesante, is the president and CEO of the community sites. Does a great job, incidentally. But it helped a lot of people out. It's funny, Dave, when you have these organizations and they help people out, some people who are not affected by it they know about it, but they did not realize how important they are until it affects their own family, till they need that help. And all of a sudden that help is there. And that's where the Lions Club and Rotary clubs and all these different clubs, I know there's so many clubs. They all do good, which helps the community out. That's why it's great to support them, wouldn't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things, it comes under the did you know? Did you know the Lions Club do this for people?
Yeah.
Did you know, Rotary does this for this organization, and then until it comes through your front door, you don't realize how much good they really do.
Talking to Dave Clews, my friend, the mayor of Pottsville, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the police department. What about the police department? We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks, 24/7, ssptv.com. All of our shows are there. Go to our website, and you'll see every show they reproduce. And you know what, my friends? They're neighborhood shows. Dave Clews, mayor of Pottsville, we're here. We got a great police department. There's no question about that. We're looking for candidates.
Absolutely. We're short a few officers right now. Retirement age has hit a few of our senior officers, so we're looking to replace them. You see enough news. Look what they just did for the state police. They just took away the 4-year college requirement. All our law enforcement agencies are having trouble getting new recruits. They see the lack of respect that some officers get. We're fortunate to still be in a small town that I think our officers are well respected in the community, but we need a few good men, as they say. Tomorrow I'm actually going to be swearing in one of our officers is moving up. Officer Hamilton is going to be one of our new corporals, so I'll be swearing him into that position tomorrow. Captain Mole, who we've done interviews with in the past, continues to work very hard at finding new recruits and trying to fill those spots that we have open. we just recently even changed our pay scale for our officers, because we know we have to put incentive out there if we're going to keep recruiting. We're seeing that across the job force everywhere, though. But especially in law enforcement, corrections officers, state police all have the same problem recruiting. We're looking at trying to do as much as we can, even working shift-wise. A lot of departments have found that younger officers would rather work 12-hour shifts instead of 8 because it gives them more family time.
Let me ask you something, Dave. I don't know if it's just me, if I'm getting older or whatever the case may be, but I don't understand why in God's name would you want to defund the police department? And I don't want to get political here, but when I look at the cities in this country that are in trouble, and I see the same people who are in office, U.S. senators, congressmen in those cities, who voted to defund the police department, can someone make sense to that for me? I don't understand it.
I guess it certainly doesn't make sense to me. When there was the wild west, they brought sheriffs in, to maintain peace and quality of life. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to have that.
Not only I understand it, but the point is that why does the public continue to support people, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, that have already said they want to defund the police department? Why do they keep putting the same idiots in office? I still can't understand. I've done over 6,000 of these shows, and I get dumber every time I do a show because I can't understand it.
It is tough to rationalize. I mean, on the simplest of levels, I can't imagine not having a police force, and I can't imagine having to rely on. And I know it's budget sensitive in a lot of smaller communities where the state police now cover their town, or they're using regional police forces. When you start to slice the pie up that far, you've got people that need to travel to now. You've got a problem where downtown used to be your police office. Now it's coming from 20 miles away. If somebody can explain to me why that's a good idea, I'm on board with you. We're both getting dumber.
Thank God for the Pennsylvania State Police, because I'll tell you, they've been stretched. They've been, they're always called upon, and they're there, as well as the local police department. In our area, we're very blessed in the Cunningham, Pottsville, Butler Township, Hazleton, and Hazeltown. We're very blessed, but yet we're still always looking for a good law enforcement. You've been very fortunate, though, to a degree. I mean, you have good control with crime in this area. Not that we don't have it, but it's been pretty well kept.
Yeah, I like to believe we have a great police department here. Do we have our issues, crime-wise? Sure, I think every community does, and it's all numbers based on how big that is. But as Pottsville goes, and being the county seat, courthouse here, jail here, we keep things pretty safe around here.
You do a great job. So I got good news for you.
Here it is.
Got good news for my friend here. The committee to cut Dave Clews' hair has been growing. And if you'd like to be on that committee, just email me, sam@ssptv.com. If you remember the last show I did with Joe Drastis and his group, they all volunteered to be on the committee. We're going to be cutting his hair, and we'll be raising a lot of money to help all these little kids at Christmas time to get gifts for them, because they're in dire need. And this guy, such a great guy that he is, we're going to have a major cutting his hair. We'll let you know the time, the date, but if you want to be in the committee, just let me know. Anyway, thanks for joining us.
Anything for viewership,
yeah,
right?
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.